In this video, the term system does not refer to any specific political, cultural, or religious system. Instead, it pertains to what underlies human behaviors and mental states, such as anger and anxiety, essentially our enslavement to environmental influences. Reflecting on the human condition reveals our significant susceptibility to external control. Our happiness depends on gaining desires and our sadness on losing them. The approval or disapproval of others profoundly affects us, creating cycles of desire, aversion, love, hate, like, and dislike. These cycles leave us in a perpetual state of fear, making us susceptible to manipulation. The world governs us by dangling carrots, enticing us to follow obediently from birth to death. However, the video explores the idea of rejecting this carrot, proposing the ancient philosophy of Stoicism as a means to attain freedom from environmental whims. Stoicism doesn't involve destroying the external world. Instead, it focuses on achieving freedom from our enslavement to external conditions. The external world, with its inescapable conditions like sunshine and rain, isn't the problem. Our enslavement to them is. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, emphasizes that disturbances arise not from external things, but from the principles and notions we form about them. For instance, death itself isn't inherently terrible. The terror lies in our perception of it. The video encourages us to attribute hindrances, disturbances, and grief not to external factors, but to ourselves, to our own principles. Stoicism provides 7 principles to guide us in breaking free from this system and replacing a vulnerable, erratic, and tumultuous way of living with a peaceful and liberated existence. The video invites viewers to stay tuned for these principles to master their emotions. Number 1. Handling provocation and insults. Our natural responses often tend toward anger and hostility, granting power to others and making us feel miserable. This allows their actions to impact us, linking our happiness to the behavior of individuals displaying unpleasant traits. Malice, toxicity, narcissism, or mental illness can infiltrate our lives like persistent rain, hoping to immerse us in negativity and cause suffering. However, we have a crucial choice, as Viktor Frankl noted. Between stimulus and response, there is a space where we choose our response, and in that choice lies our growth and freedom. Responding with anger, fear, or hostility hands over the key to our emotional well-being. On the contrary, choosing to be indifferent safeguards our freedom and inner tranquility. We are only slaves if we choose to be or fail to realize our power to choose freedom. Imagine working with a colleague displaying arrogance and toxicity, criticizing your work and trying to hurt you emotionally. Previously responding with anger only led to negative impacts on your work and heightened stress. However, after embracing Stoic philosophy and heeding Viktor Frankl's advice, you decide to change your approach. Choosing not to dwell on the harmful colleague's criticism and maintaining an indifferent attitude, you no longer allow them to affect your mood and mental freedom. Focusing on your work, you protect your positive mindset, become stronger, concentrate on personal development, and remain unaffected by the toxicity of others. Number 2. Building endurance skills. In times of adversity, our instinctual reaction often involves seeking a swift resolution. Yet this isn't always possible, pushing us toward complaining and a sense of misery. The notion that we possess an inherent right to better circumstances is challenged by the reality that entitlement isn't guaranteed. Instead, the Stoic philosophy advocates for patience as the optimal response. It prompts reflection on the times we've deviated from our chosen path or compromised principles merely to sidestep suffering. Paradoxically, enduring suffering becomes a source of strength, and avoiding it can unwittingly lead to a trade-off, sacrificing freedom for temporary relief. Marcus Aurelius provides profound insights, suggesting that every situation is either endurable or not. If it's endurable, endure it without complaints. If unendurable, accept it without resistance. This echoes the myth of Sisyphus, who found liberation by fully embracing his eternal task. This Stoic perspective underscores the significance of inner peace and self-acceptance in attaining genuine happiness and independence. It emphasizes the transformative power of focusing on personal development rather than merely projecting happiness. Applying these principles encourages a deeper understanding and integration of Stoic philosophy into our daily lives, fostering a pursuit of true happiness beyond surface-level displays. Number 3. Sustaining a positive attitude, irrespective of the situation. In the ceaseless passage of time, we have invested countless moments yearning for favorable outcomes and dreading the ominous arrival of unfortunate events. Hours have slipped away in tears as the unfolding future deviated from our carefully envisioned plans. Humanity has honed its ability to grapple with fate, enduring the inevitable pain it brings. Our resistance to uncertainty has birthed a lucrative industry, exploiting our collective fear of adversity. Many endeavor to sell promises for the future, offering illusions of safety, protection for loved ones, and guarantees to shield us from unpleasant experiences. As slaves to our preferences and aversions, we attempt to outsmart fate by manipulating our surroundings to ward off misfortune. However, the vast mansion of life cannot be fully secured, and every street and alley of reality cannot be patrolled. Despite significant investments in protective measures, time, effort, and money, fate always prevails. True liberation from the system lies in embracing whatever comes our way. Rather than paying a hefty price to resist the inevitable, adopting this perspective makes us less susceptible to others capitalizing on our fears. We experience less disturbance when adversity strikes. Seneca eloquently questioned the validity of anger and lamentation, urging us to be prepared for our fate. Let nature deal with her own bodies, and let us face whatever befalls with cheerfulness. In stout reflection, we recognize that nothing of our own perishes in the unfolding journey of life. Number 4. Diminishing concern for reputation. Stoics perceive reputation as a commonplace preference that is easily attainable but not fundamentally necessary for one's happiness. Much like other external factors, reputation lies outside the sphere of our control. Some individuals invest their entire lives meticulously crafting a positive reputation, only to witness its rapid deterioration due to a single misstep. Conversely, there are those who lead virtuous lives without concern for societal standing, and yet, by chance, find themselves suddenly renowned and admired. The transient nature of reputation is likened to the fleeting wind. Paradoxically, the more emphasis we place on our reputation, the more we become reliant on the opinions of others. Excessive preoccupation with external judgment renders us vulnerable to manipulation and exploitation, ultimately rendering us subservient to our surroundings. Epictetus argues that the desire for a favorable reputation should not compromise one's mental well-being. It is suggested that individuals should be willing to accept elements such as shame, criticism, exclusion, and ridicule if they contribute to achieving peace and freedom. These latter states, being within our control, remain unaffected by the unpredictable opinions and comments of others. Consider the narrative of two friends, John and Mike, as illustrative examples. John diligently builds his reputation through consistent, virtuous actions, yet a minor mistake magnified by societal perception rapidly damages his standing. On the other hand, Mike, living unethically, gains unexpected fame due to a stroke of luck and positive media recognition. This narrative underscores the unpredictable nature of reputation. Excessive concern about reputation fosters dependency on others' opinions. Instead, Stoic philosophy underscores the importance of directing focus towards controlling one's emotions and state of mind, thereby attaining peace and freedom. Number 5. Letting go of deep connections with people. Letting go of intense human emotions towards individuals can have profound and often detrimental consequences. These emotions can lead us to a point where the fear of losing the person we are attached to begins to dictate our lives, compelling us to take desperate actions to avoid inevitable separation. The love story between Padme and Anakin in the Star Wars prequel trilogy illustrates the dangers of unhealthy attachment. It demonstrates how it can invite dark forces, leading to corruption. Palpatine effectively exploited Anakin's fear of losing Padme, resulting in dire consequences. If Anakin had approached love differently, without imposing fear and possessiveness, but instead with freedom, trust, and detachment, dark forces would not have had the power to control him. The relationship between Padme and Anakin serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the consequences of allowing love to become an obsession. Anakin's fear of losing Padme led him down a dark path as he tried to prevent the very thing he feared most. This attachment based on fear ultimately clouded his judgment and made him susceptible to the influence of the Sith. This story emphasizes the importance of inner freedom and self-awareness. If Anakin had focused on personal growth, self-control, and inner strength development, he might have resisted the temptations of the dark side. Instead, he allowed external circumstances and attachment to Padme to dictate his actions, ultimately leading to his transformation into Darth Vader. Epicurus offers strong yet effective advice on attachment to the things we cherish. He suggests that we should consider them as if they are destined to break or be lost. This perspective encourages a broader love, helping detach emotions from specific objects. It helps evaluate the beauty and uniqueness of everything without heartache. Recognizing individuality in enduring love helps deal with the complexities of human relationships, avoiding fixation on a single individual. The result is finding stability and appreciating diversity. Number 6. Releasing material belongings. In a world where individuals invest hours in jobs they despise, enduring hectic schedules driven by the relentless pursuit of material wealth, society conditions us to believe that happiness hinges on external factors: income, social status, a specific group of friends, or a suburban home. Without these, we convince ourselves that true happiness is unattainable. However, the value of such efforts, according to Stoic philosophy, comes under scrutiny. These pursuits, governed by fate and luck, seem like battles against insurmountable forces. Seneca, in a letter to Lucilius, challenges the worth of material possessions, golden and diamond-studded chairs, jewelry, and the like. Do they genuinely bring happiness, or are they merely tools to showcase an outwardly beautiful life? Seneca argues that true happiness should not depend on external elements, be it wealth or basic necessities. This perspective fosters independence from external circumstances, making us impervious to ordinary influences. Seneca further contends that true freedom is not enjoyed by those influenced by luck, but by those not subject to any external power. Focusing on these ideas, he suggests, allows us not only to appear happy, but to genuinely be happy, finding contentment within ourselves rather than seeking external recognition. Imagine living in modern society where the pressure for material wealth drives you to work tirelessly at a job you dislike. Applying Stoic philosophy, you question the true value of this pursuit. Realizing that happiness shouldn't depend on external factors, you shift your focus inward. Learning to live independently from external pressures, you free yourself from the social race and materialistic pursuits. Instead of seeking happiness in possessions, you aim to find it within, seeking inner freedom and satisfaction without needing recognition from others. Thus, the essential message from Stoic philosophy is that we should seek happiness and independence from within, not relying on material possessions or external circumstances. Genuine contentment and true freedom come from concentrating on personal growth, not just displaying happiness, but actually becoming happy, a valuable lesson for our daily lives. Number 7, embracing mortality. Some individuals posit that the root cause of fear lies in the looming specter of death, akin to the apprehension of pain. This fear, comparable to the fear of pain, wields a profound influence on how we shape our lives. According to Stoic philosophers, a virtuous existence holds greater significance than a prolonged one. While we lack control over the duration of our lives, we wield the power to determine their quality. The fear of death can propel us into mere existence, driven solely by the quest to avoid it, rather than authentically experiencing and constructing a meaningful life. This fear compels us to relentlessly sidestep even the slightest risks, embracing situations that offer an illusion of safety, transforming us into anxious sheep, obediently following any shepherd promising a brighter day. However, no shepherd can shield us from life's inevitable consequences, our own decay and the return of our physical bodies to nature. The fear of death, deemed futile by some, not only fails to alter the inevitable course, but can also hinder us from living with courage and virtue. Marcus Aurelius advocated viewing death as a natural occurrence, akin to growth, maturity, or the first gray hair. Everything undergoes birth, death, and transformation. Instead of approaching death with coldness or disdain, philosophers should acknowledge it as an inevitable facet of life, much like anticipating the birth of a child. Applying Stoic principles offers valuable lessons on escaping the social rat race. By re-evaluating our pursuit of material wealth and external recognition, we can redirect our focus inward, seeking contentment and genuine freedom within ourselves. It's crucial to remember that the relentless pursuit of material wealth and social status often leads to stress, dissatisfaction, and an insatiable desire for more. Prioritizing personal growth, inner peace, and the pursuit of knowledge can pave the way to a more fulfilling life. Discovering these Stoic methods to break free from the social rat race can be valuable. If you resonate with these insights, show your appreciation by liking the video, dropping a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. By doing so, you support our mission to provide more valuable content on personal development and philosophy. Your encouragement fuels our commitment to sharing knowledge that enhances your journey towards a more fulfilling life. Thank you for being a vital part of our community.